Hi, Peter. We are looking at It's Good to Talk with Clients, and we've been speaking to accountants around the UK. Would you mind introducing yourself and your firm briefly?
Yeah, hi Andrew. I'm Peter Jarman. I'm managing partner of PJCO Chartered Certified Accountants. We're a firm on the south coast of England with 22 partners, 20 employees, and I would say that 80 to 90% of our practice is digitally enabled now.
Cool. That's awesome. So what do you mean by digitally enabled, Peter?
Well, firstly, well over 90% of our clients are using cloud finance functions for their bookkeeping, their record keeping, their finance functions. And our internal app stack, really, we are cutting down, and this year we hope to virtually eliminate any non-digital apps that we've got in that internal app stack, and also eliminate any duplication where we're having to do something in one app and another. So that's our aim, is to ultimately have one database that we run from, that everyone can run from, our clients, our staff. Everything runs from there, and everything pushes out and comes back into there.
Great. No, that sounds awesome. And we were just talking about, briefly chatting about how was it well over 600 self-assessment returns done this year, and now we're into February. It's planning time. How can you talk me through, like, at a high level, how have you managed to do that many returns? Obviously, is it 25 years self-assessment we think's been going for? How do you do that efficiently? How do you get through the kind of the sheer bulk of that many returns?
Well, we were a typical traditional accountancy firm probably 7, 8, 9 years ago. And as those numbers of tax returns, the number of clients were going up, we had to find a way to take control of the whole process, really. I heard a few people talk, and it was very much a matter that if we were going to run this as a proper business rather than an accountancy practice, we had to control the whole process. We had to control the way the clients worked. Our starting point of that was we made a strategic decision that we'd invest in making sure that every single one of our business clients, every business that we had to operate under cloud accounting. We made a decision that we weren't going to offer all the cloud accounting solutions. We were only going to offer one. Mm-hmm. That one was QuickBooks Online, and all of our clients had to accept that we were going to transfer their records onto QuickBooks Online for them. This took a period of sort of 3 to 4 years to do, but we transferred the whole lot onto QuickBooks Online. If they weren't willing to do that, then we had to say goodbye to the client. Mm-hmm. But we made a decision that if we can get all the accounting records in one place, then we can get closer to systemising all of our internal processes so that we can run those accounting records, so that we can run the tax returns efficiently. We operate with a very young workforce that haven't got an awful lot of experience of accountancy. Most of our workforce our average age is under 30. That's included me. And most of our workforce are straight out of university, trained to become ACCA qualified. And so what they need are systems and processes to follow. If we can set up all the systems and processes, and we can make those systems as simplistic as possible, as there is only one way that you can have your client records, that is on QuickBooks Online. There is only one way that you can do this. There is only one way that you can do that. And if that's the way, then you have to do this. That's how we've managed to get the volume of clients through, and also be able to cope with that increase in volume. We tend to, at the moment, grow by somewhere near 20% per annum. And to be able to cope with that increase, we have to have systems that mean everyone knows exactly what they're doing. It all comes about from reading a particular book called The E-Myth Revisited. Oh, yeah. And trying to base my accountancy or our accountancy practice on that book.
Well, that book gets mentioned a lot. No, I agree. It's a great read. So in terms of, you've got this young workforce. They're very good at following processes and are logical. Are they good at talking with clients? Do they talk with clients? I'm intrigued to know kind of how that dynamic works.
Well, I think that is dependent on how well we recruit. Our recruiting process is, in fact, very simple as well. You have to have got a 2-1 or first from a good university before you get a chance to be interviewed. When you are interviewed, you've got to show a real appetite for wanting to spend 3 years studying whilst working alongside that. And you've got to show that you're really wanting to help small and micro business owners with their business. And so the way that tends to work is we prove the educational side. We see the 2-1 or the first in the first place. And then we have a conversation with those graduates. If that conversation is still a 2-way conversation after an hour, so they're still giving us back information and we're still passing information to them, we tend to think that those people may well be able to talk to our clients because the only thing we are is a customer service business. We might sell accounts and tax, but we're a customer service business, and so we need people who have got really good customer service skills. In fact, what we tend to find is that if you've been at university and you've done some part-time work for certain companies that have got really good customer service training, then that helps. One of our best graduates actually had customer service training selling kitchens at B&Q. Now that worked brilliantly when it came into accountancy, and we had someone else that was at Virgin on the airlines. Again, that worked really well when it came into accountancy. So it's finding the right people to go, the right education level, and then the right customer service skills. Yeah.
No, I completely agree with that. I look for the same things. I think we're definitely going to become, a more customer-based workforce as accountants and as software providers, I think, because as much more can become automated or can become process-driven, you've got to be able to talk to the customer or the client because that's what they want, right? They want that engagement. So with that in mind, what is it you talk to clients about? I mean, you've got a particular kind of type of customer base. What do you tend to talk about? Obviously, there's some, I'm sure you talk about tax liabilities and I'm sure you talk about filing deadlines. But what other things do you talk about with clients?
Well, I liken it to where they're listening ear. For all intents and purposes, we could be talking about anything. I can certainly vouch for the fact that I'm sometimes told before a husband or wife told their spouse that they're going to leave them, they've told us as accountants that this is what's going to happen. So we're listening into everything about their lives. What we're dealing with are small and micro business owners. So most of our clients are sort of 1 to 10 employees working for them. They own their business, they run their business, and we're very much into trying to maximise the business value and maximise the personal wealth and the personal well-being. So it's, how good can you make your personal lifestyle? How wealthy do you need your personal lifestyle to be? How does that fit in with how much you need to make from your business, or how much time you want to spend on your business? It's trying to find those, find those factors and find which ones work for each individual client.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I'm sure over the last 12 months you've had a range of conversations. Can you pick one for us then? Either as one that the client's been able to do something off the back of it that maybe's kept them in business, or maybe there's some kind of just a very left field conversations. I've put you on the spot here, but can you think of one?
Well, I often give a particular route of an ice cream parlour we dealt with in Brighton. In fact, it's very much an ice cream parlour with an owner-manager of that business trying to make it work better and trying to make his personal life work better around it. So he had one ice cream parlour in Brighton. He wanted to know what was going on in that ice cream parlour. The starting point, when we first took that client over, they were on stage, they were recording things down a month later, and he got that information, and it had some of the information he needed, but not all. The starting point was really to try and find out from him, what do you really want to know? And what he really wanted to know was what ice cream was being sold, when, and how. And if he could know that, he could much better predict how to run his business. So our starting point was, okay, we'll go off and find you a till that will tell you all of that. I mean, at this stage, we'd never done anything with tills in our life, apart from sometimes get till receipts and post them into some bookkeeping system. We went off and found a particular EPOS system that allowed him to see live, while he was sitting in his home, sort of 5 miles away from the shop, see live what ice creams were selling. Once he could see what ice creams were selling, then he could see what ice cream he needed to make that afternoon. And once he could see what ice cream he could make that afternoon, he was able to effectively make to order. On the back of that, as we were running through this, we were saying to him, this is a really good marketing opportunity. Now, we can say now that you make the freshest ice cream in Brighton, because he was making raspberry ripple at 3 o'clock to sell at 5 o'clock or something like that, because that was the one that was running out. So then he was able to argue that, yes, this was a boutique gelato shop in Brighton, but now it was the freshest ice cream in Brighton as well, and used that as a marketing ploy. And he ended up, by doing all of those things, winning a number of ice cream awards on the back of those sorts of things. So although we might be talking about accounts and tax and things, it was coming up with, this is how you might find out the information, and this is a bit of marketing that might work for you.
Yeah.
That made a real difference to his business. And his personal lifestyle, for that matter. So now he can sit at home, he can look at the sales as they happen. He's in fact got two ice cream parlours in Brighton now. Not that any of them are open at the moment, but if they were, he's able to see what's being sold when, what his kitchen needs to make, and able to make a better business out of that and a better lifestyle out of it. Wow,
no, that's fascinating. So not tax structuring or deferring VAT payments, but supply chain and just-in-time production. Yeah, no, that's fascinating. Yeah. Brilliant. And how do you then? One final question: How are you winning work at the moment? I mean, you say you're growing 20% a year. I mean, is that the case this year as well? How are new businesses finding you?
Oh, absolutely. At the moment, I mean, I just think that this is. The COVID crisis has opened up incredible opportunities for accountants at the moment, because there are so many businesses that need our support, whether that's our own businesses that we've got already that need extra support, or it's other businesses that really need help in during the crisis or to get out of it afterwards. I think that all these opportunities are there. It's just waiting to take them. For us, it's been very much a matter that we've increased rather than decreased our marketing and our social media capacity. And some of those things have worked really well during last year. Surprisingly, with everyone off on furlough, what seems to have really worked last year is our YouTube channel. I think because people are sitting at home, because they're on their laptops or PCs searching the internet, the YouTube channel has really started to be a very important source of new clients. We've done one particular YouTube video that's had over 100 or coming up to 100,000 views, which is unheard of for us as accountants. I don't know what it's like the rest of the accountancy profession, but from that one video that we did last July, we've had close to 100 new clients. And so I think it's finding those ways of connecting with potential clients, and then finding different media to do it. So we certainly work on YouTube, we work on our website, we work on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok to a small degree.
Okay.
So we use all of those things along with a lot of reviews. Review sites are very important for us. Okay. We worked out some time ago that you're never going to go to a hotel unless you've checked TripAdvisor for that hotel. Whenever you look to book one, you look at TripAdvisor and see what the reviews are. And it's exactly the same for accountancy practices. We've made sure that our Google reviews, we've got a lot of those on there now. We're building up our Trustpilot reviews. A great sort of where all this came from. We were on find an accountant directory, and we realised that actually if we had more reviews than everybody else, we got more new clients than everybody else.
Yep.
And so keeping those reviews up and also spreading that across our team really works, because as I say, our team are quite new to accountancy, but when they're getting our clients saying, "Oh, Chloe's done a great job on this," or "Abby's done a great job on that," it's being put out on the internet, it builds their self-esteem, it builds their reputation up, and all of that together ends up with a route that you just naturally find more clients.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, 100%. Digital is such an important place to be now, isn't it? Whether it's social, whether it's website, whether it's search engine optimization or YouTube, whatever it is. No, that's brilliant to hear, and great to hear you've had a good year. Great. Well, Peter, thank you for your time on the interview, and thank you for the work you're doing to support small businesses. Great to have you on. Hopefully you enjoyed that short interview. My name is Andrew Jordon. I am the CEO at Connect4. Please do book a demo. Click on book a demo, and we will love to talk you through our platform and to show it in action. And great to have you with us.